Hello, I'm Chris Skrinak, and I'm joining GoPro as a systems architect. Many are going to ask, so let me tell you a little bit about my background. For the past 2 years, I've been designing the most important creative tool for surfers and surfboard shapers, Aku Shaper. Aku is the most popular CAD/CAM suite on the market. It shapes and manufactures more than 70% of the stand-up paddleboards and more than 50% of the world's finest surfboards. The software is designed to be immediately useful to an unsophisticated shaper who wants more from his boards. However, to the expert, the degree of control is inexhaustible. The software not only designs the board, but also controls this machine, which cuts more boards than any other single CNC system. Above all, the brand is dedicated to a no-compromises, premium quality approach, and this is reflected in every aspect of the software, hardware, and experience. Also, over the past 2 years, I've been working with companies such as Qualcomm, Intel, and IBM on their Internet of Things strategies through a company called Tapin. Tapin is a graphics-based approach to interconnecting newly web-connected things such as lights, cameras, doors, cars, and washing machines. I've been a thought leader in the IoT community through my participation in the Silent Intelligence. I didn't start out shaping surfboards. After graduating from King's College with a BS in economics and math, I took some courses at NYU where I had the opportunity to work with the Nobel laureate economist Fisher Black. Fisher hired me to work in his quantitative strategies group at Goldman Sachs, where I wrote one of the world's first electronic trading systems. By night, I played in punk rock bands at CBGB's and other clubs. I also took advantage of NYU's film school, where I took an artistic interest in the light and sound of video. After the market crash of '87, there was enormous demand to use trading technology in other markets. I lived and worked in Basel, Switzerland for UBS, showing them how to crash markets with computers as well. On the invitation of a friend, I moved to Silicon Valley and started working with Sun Microsystems. I developed a habit of videotaping and exchanging these tapes via snail mail with a musician who played with me in New York. Bi-coastal, we put together what we thought was an amazing video experience we called Strange America. We produced 23 half-hour episodes that played on cable access and won a few local film awards for video art. It wasn't long in Silicon Valley before I had the itch to create my own company, and I built a few. A network management platform called Foglight, which sold to Quest and then Dell, SiteRock, which sold to Navisite, ClearStation, which sold to E-Trade, and a few that are still up and running on their own, including IT Groundwork and Tapin. Along the way, I picked up paragliding and surfing. However, that's not where I met GoPro. I'm a passionate environmentalist. Spending 2,000 to 3,000 feet in the air, you develop a visceral concern in clean air. Surfing, you become passionate about clean water. I started a company called Adaptive Arc that brought an extraordinary recycling technology to market that transforms waste and toxic byproducts of industry back to their resellable form. I spent a few years walking through the landfills of Latin America, Europe, India, and Asia, developing the business and taking pictures, lots of photos. I needed a camera that I could stick anywhere and not be afraid to lose it. This is when I started living GoPro. I continued to design and code on Apple's iOS and Android and tracked the move from object-oriented to functional programming. You'll find I'm an advocate of statelessness. I remain deeply involved in the local iOS developers group, where I've provided 2 lectures in the past year on user experience design for mobile apps and Apple's Internet of Things. Most of my video work for fun was still on big bulky cameras that I managed to strap to myself and not drop while paragliding or dangling from a motorcycle. When the Hero 3 came out, I finally started using one for fun the way that I was doing for work. That brings me now to GoPro, where amazingly this resume of disparate interests in art, video, mathematics, and enterprise software fits perfectly. I'm dedicated to the ideas that started here and to producing the most creative tools to share life's peak experiences that's as easy to use as Aku Shaper. I'm dedicated to the notion of simplicity and no compromises quality. I want to share my passions with the world. My motivation is not simply to share, it's to inspire. That's why I'm here, and I'm eager to begin working with you now and take this journey to its next level.